If you are looking for a HVAC AI receptionist that answers call 24/7, it collects HVAC job details, checks availability, books routine appointments, identify emergencies, and escalate when a human is needed. In this video, I'm going to set up an HVAC AI receptionist in under 10 minutes. So as you can see on my screen, I have two tabs which are open. First of all, I have voice.fieldcamp.ai. So the first thing you need to do if you want to set up an HVAC AI receptionist as quick as possible, as I said, in under 10 minutes and free, then what you will do is you will go into the voice.fieldcamp.ai, because making the first version of an AI receptionist on FieldCamp's voice platform is free. So once you sign up for it, this is what you are going to see. So you are going to land on the dashboard where you are able to see all the statistics and everything, but we are not going to worry about this right now. The only section which you are interested in is MCP and API. Now if you know anything about AI, then you might have heard of this term, which is MCP. Basically, in most simple terms, what an MCP does is that FieldCamp's voice platform can be accessed via your favorite AI tools like Claude, ChatGPT, XAI, whatever it is. So through using this MCP, which is like a connector, you can easily connect to the voice platform. Why do we want to do that? Because in FieldCamp's voice platform, you can create very complex AI receptionist workflows, which can not only answer the calls, as you can see, it can also do triaging, book jobs, dispatch them, etc. So setting up these workflows manually can take quite a bit of time, and we only have 10 minutes. So what I am going to do is I'm going to head over to the MCP and API section. I'm going to copy the MCP server link, and I'm going to create an API key for myself. Then if you use Claude Code, then you can just go to Claude Code and say that, hey, on my Claude desktop app, can you add this MCP server? And then it will add it for you. Or if you want to do it inside the Claude desktop app directly, you can edit the config file which is there. But the better way is just using the Claude Code. Once it is wired up, then I'll just go to the Claude Cowork and I'll say, do you have access to the FieldCamp voice platform? Now of course I have a few voice agents already created, so it's going to say what all agents are already created. But the goal is that we want to create an AI receptionist for HVAC business from scratch. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to type up a prompt that exactly does this thing. Okay, so I have gone ahead and I have added a simple prompt, just 4 paragraphs. I want to create this AI receptionist. It doesn't sound too robotic. It answers calls, collects HVAC job details, checks availability, books routine appointments, identifies emergencies, and escalate to human when needed. And then it will work with my FieldCamp account to create the client in FieldCamp whenever it is needed. So if you know, FieldCamp's voice platform is just one part of our ecosystem. But the important thing is we have voice, then we have AI dispatcher, which can, based on skills, route optimization, revenue optimization, like which text can book, can do the jobs that bring in the most revenue, for example, profit maximization. The AI dispatcher can figure out that for this job, this is the right person. And then there is FieldCamp app, which is your field service management software, where the voice platform will enter the data. So the system of record is FieldCamp app. The voice platform will do all the interaction, and it will use AI dispatcher to book jobs and dispatch it. So it acts like a full ecosystem. And then I'm just going to press enter and submit this prompt. Now, in the meantime that it generates it, few things which you might want to do is you might want to add your business knowledge to the voice platform, like your pricing, your PDFs, your website links, whatever source you want to add. You can add them through a file, a link, a text, and then through that, the advantage is in the workflow. You can say that when answering a question, you can refer to this knowledge which is going to be there. This is the first part. The second part is models. You want to figure out what model you want to use for your voice AI receptionist. So if you want to use a speech to speech model, then we have GPT real time support and Grok voice think fast model support as well. My favorite is GPT real time from every single model that we offer. The other option is just going through a detailed analysis where the thinking model is different, like text to speech is different, speech to text is different. and then your voice previews of what you want to select. But I'm just going to keep the speech to speech model GP2 real time. Now, of course, I have a few receptionists over here, so it says that there's already a new one. But what I'm going to do is I'll just say, is the main line all day or outside the office hours? I'll say all day. When a call needs a human, what should happen? And yeah, I'll say callback. And how should the client record be handled in FieldCamp? And I like this. For routine appointments, how firm should booking be? Okay, I'm just gonna wing it by answering the questions. Then model is selected, business knowledge is done. You can connect your telephony providers like Twilio, OneEdge, etc. And through that, you can deploy this receptionist on a phone number as soon as the voice agent is live. Once all of this is done, the important question is, where is this based? Okay, I'm just going to answer these questions quickly. Okay, now, FieldCamp's AI receptionist is not like just the one-shot AI receptionist, like for example, my AI front desk or Smith AI, where you just enter a master prompt and then it operates based on that. Because those receptionists are never that good to be deployed in production. To be actually deployed in production and to be as good as, for example, Avoca AI, then you want to make these kind of complex workflows where there is, for example, a master prompt, then what is the greeting like, then how should the triaging happen, then what information needs to be collected at what point. And when someone says that, hey, this is my address, you want to use geocode address tool, so it can actually figure out like what's the lets and longs of those specific address and pass it to the AI dispatcher. So this kind of an integrated workflow needs to be part of your ecosystem. And the good news is FieldCamp's voice platform, in the workflows you can connect external webhooks and API as well. So let's say that you want to use this with Service Titan, with Jobber, with House Call Pro, then you can still use it and make your own tools however you want. And then I'm just going to say I want to discard the changes, voice agents, and we are just going to wait for this run to complete. Now, while this is running, if you see, the tool that Claude used was Get Voice Prompting Guide. So FieldCamp's voice platform already comes with a voice prompting guide. So when you integrate it into, for example, Claude or any other AI tools you are using, and you ask it to make a workflow, you don't need to explain it every single thing. Only thing you need to say is, hey, what your business is. You can give it your website and say, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. And then the FieldCamp's voice platform's MCP is smart enough to figure it out on its own. So now if you see, it made the Summit Heating Air AI receptionist. I given it a follow-up prompt for like what I didn't like. So it's going to be fixing it. But apart from that, it made this very complex workflow which would have taken me hours to make it. But it was as simple like, hey, it greets, it does the job intake, it moves to intake, moves message, then it's going to go into, for example, caller details and client record. It's going to use the FieldCamp app and it's going to use into the booking stage, where it's going to use the FieldCamp AI dispatcher, geocode address, then it's going to do emergency dispatch. So this entire workflow, based on the questions we answered, it did it. And now if we actually test it and how it sounds, what's it doing, etc., let's actually run this test.
Thanks for calling Summit Heating and Air. How can I help you today?
Hey, my AC is not cooling. It's like 88 degrees out here. It's too hot.
Oh man, and this heat? What's it doing? Nothing at all?
I think it's just blowing some like hot air. It's not cooling, and then the air frequency is also like on and off.
Well, okay, checking now. Yeah, that's not waiting. Blowing warm air in this heat counts as urgent. What's the thermostat reading inside right now?
So if you saw this literal fully working AI receptionist that can do triaging, call handling, transferring, etc., we made it under 10 minutes, like literally under 10 minutes. And then of course you can do your back and forth feedback, like what nodes you don't like. Over here I said that hey, in some of the prompts it was just doing some repeating, so it's going to go ahead and it's going to fix those prompts. But through this you can have an end-to-end working AI receptionist for your HVAC business that can do all of the things we said, and it's going to use the FieldCamp tools, extract variables, etc. And you can deploy this on your website, through chat, through telephony using Twilio, wherever you want. If you want this for your business, go to voice.fieldcamp.ai, integrate into Claude, and get started today itself. It cannot be more simple to have a highly efficient advanced voice receptionist.